everyone, and welcome to Feed and Grain Chat. I'm your host, Elise Schaefer, editor of Feed and Grain. This edition of Feed and Grain Chat is brought to you by Watt Global Media and feedandgrain.com. Feedandgrain.com is your source for the latest news, product, and equipment information for the grain handling and feed manufacturing industries. Today, I'm joined by Sarah Novak for the American Feed Industry Association. She's here to share what's in store at this year's International Production and Processing Expo, taking place January 28th to 30th in Atlanta. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for joining me today.
Hey, thanks, Elise.
Now, IPPE is the world's largest gathering of feed, poultry, and meat industry professionals. What unique opportunities does this provide attendees that they can't find at any other industry event?
I always like to think of IPPE, since we're at the end of January, it's kind of that new year, new solutions. Like you're starting out your year, let's look for those solutions to help your business. So my internal tagline for IPPE is New Year, New Solutions. And we have a ton of exhibitors, almost 1,400 exhibitors spreading across nearly 600,000 square feet of space, which is about 10 and a half football fields, which I always go to since we're coming up on the Super Bowl. And unfortunately, my team's not in it, but I still think football time. It's about 10 and a half football fields full of solutions. What's really different about IPPE is not only do we bring in over 30,000 people typically, and about between 8,000 to 9,000 of those are international attendees from well over 100 countries, but these people are decision makers. Like 90% last year when we did a survey, 90% were either authorized decision makers, recommended buying decisions, or part of buying teams. 40% of them were from the C-suite management roles. So we really bring in that key group of individuals who are making those decisions. So I think it's a great event to go to, really get your year started out right.
Now, as you mentioned, IPPE draws tens of thousands of people each year. Can you highlight some of the most valuable events or opportunities there are on the trade show floor for feed industry professionals?
For sure. Besides visiting all the exhibitors, they all have great products, services, and opportunities for members. So I would spend at least a solid day walking the floor and wear comfortable shoes and bring lots of business cards are always the tips I tell first timers, because you will put in probably 15,000 steps just walking around the floor, kind of talking to those exhibitors. But beyond the booths, we have two different kind of educational type things or new opportunities. One is the tech talks. So these are free 20-minute kind of technical presentations on the show floor offered by the exhibitors, everything from animal welfare, sustainability, feed production, all sorts. In fact, AFIA is doing 3 tech talks ourselves. One is on our foundation, iFeeder, is releasing some new animal feed consumption statistics. So they're going to be releasing, Laura's going to be talking about that. Leah Wilkinson from our team is going to be talking a little bit about the new ingredient approval processes. A lot has changed in that world between AFCO and FDA. And then our third tech talk, a passion project of ours. We're releasing a couple videos on who this feed industry is, the animal food industry is, how diverse we are. A lot of people think of animal feed as corn and soybeans, which is true. We feed a lot of corn and soybeans, but there's so much more to it. So we've been working on this project, and Victoria Brain will be presenting the new videos for us. So I really encourage people, especially if you need this time to just sit down and you want a little break, go into the Tech Talk theaters and listen to those presentations. Definitely go visit the A Hall, is where the feed and the feed ingredients are. The other one I would encourage people to visit is go to that BC Connector. There's a new product showcase. So this is where there'll be videos running, new products and services from exhibitors that are on display there. And I'll kind of go through those top ones, and then we'll actually be awarding the most creative or newest kind of innovative thing on day one. So it really will showcase kind of what's going on, what's new in the industry and things like that. So those are kind of 2 little hidden gems beyond the traditional walking the floor and visiting the exhibitors.
Oh, very exciting. Now, beyond the tech talks, AFIA always provides educational programs at IPPE. So, can you give us a glimpse into the critical issues or trends that the educational program will focus on at IPPE 25?
Certainly. We have several programs that we're supporting and helping. The first one is probably our pet food conference. So if you're in the pet food industry, that is a great program on Tuesday, January 28th. It's an all day program. There is a registration fee for that one. The second program we have is What's Keeping the Feed Industry Awake at Night. That's on Wednesday morning from like 10 to 12. Again, there is a registration fee for that one. But it's really kind of talking about kind of HPAI and the dairy industry. Now we're seeing it, ongoing battles with ASF and African swine fever. What are those things? And a lot of it revolves around that biosecurity, animal health. What's going on in there that's kind of keeping us as an industry awake at night? It's a great program to kind of hop into. Our free program, we have two free programs that we're offering, is our AFIA Feed Education Program, and that's Wednesday morning from 8 to 10 a.m. This is where you can hear a little bit about what's going on with Department of Labor, Department of Transportation, EPA, FDA, OSHA. As you know, we have a new administration in town here in Washington, D.C., and a lot of things will be changing at a federal level, and kind of it'll give you a glimpse at kind of what some of those expectations are. In addition, we've got a speaker talking on AI as well there. So really excited for that one. That one's been put together by our production compliance committee. And then we're a part of a program on Tuesday morning from 9 to noon with our partners of IPPE, the U.S. Poultry and Egg Association and the Meat Institute. We do an Animal Agricultural Sustainability Summit. That's a really neat program. If you're involved in sustainability, we've got a panel from some consumer food companies talking about what their needs are from the animal industry in terms of sustainability, as well as Laura from our foundation, iFeeder, talking about some of the LCA tools that we've been working on and developing for the industry.
Well, Sarah, thank you so much for sharing what folks can look forward to in Atlanta and IPPE this week.
You are most welcome, and I look forward to seeing everyone there. Stop by the AFIA booth. We're booth A209. We're in the back far corner, but there's always staff there. If you've got any questions, come see us, and we look forward to seeing everyone in Atlanta.
Absolutely. Now, that's all for today's Feed and Grain Chat. If you'd like to see more videos like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel, sign up for the Industry Watch daily e-newsletter, or go to feedandgrain.com and search for videos. Thank you again for joining, and we hope to see you next time.